What is good? It's your boy Lord All here, back with another video. And listen, my predictions are coming true. The UK has enforced China level, or the what you would think China is doing. They have enforced it on the internet. Censorship. You are now having to submit your ID to go onto certain websites. Which, listen, if you're just gonna ban porn, great, I love it. I love that children can't watch porn. In fact, I think adults, actually it's a bit up in the air. I do believe in freedom, but the issue here is they are using this law that is meant just for child safety. That's what they push it as, right? Like, let's say you have a chessboard and you got all these moves, right? Like, you own the porn industry, you own the media, you own many sins, you know, negatives of the pharmaceutical industries and the food industries, and you got all these chess pieces, but you want to get to their king, to their queen, you know, you want to get the powerful pieces out. So as you're moving these pieces up, you realize, hey, in order to get, you know, their knight, which is, you take that out, or we can infiltrate or implement a surveillance state. They just ramp it up a little bit, and they realize, hey, we have to sacrifice one piece. We have to sacrifice something. What are we going to sacrifice? Well, listen, the youth, they seem to be a little right wing right now. So tell you what, let's sacrifice the corn. We'll just put that out there, and they'll take that easy peasy. Boom, you're throwing that piece away. Guess what? You just lined it up. You have just lined the chessboard up for them to go further and further and further. Because this isn't an analogy where it's like, oh, it's a slippery slope. Once you give an inch, they'll take a mile. That is true. But this isn't that. This isn't like, oh, if you do this, if you allow this, then they'll slowly start ramping it up, or they'll slowly try taking more. It's like, no, they've already taken more. That was just like, that was the scapegoat. Getting rid of P for, you know, underage kids. That was, or viewing it by, you know, that's what they're pushing it as. So that's like the distraction. It's like, hey, we're not going to let kids watch this. What they don't tell you is the same law, it affects many other parts. So, for example, if there's a protest they don't like, they can censor it. You have to get ID'd to have an opinion on immigration, let's say. So you're having to submit your ID to a government that will arrest you, who is known to arrest its own people for a Facebook post saying they don't agree with it. And now to actually be able to view that content and make a comment on it, we have to ID ourselves on social media. But if we are against doing that, then they can just say, hey, you're a paedophile. You want kids to watch porn. You know? It's like they do this. They set it up in a way where you can't say, hey, I don't think we should be ID to use the internet. And then they go, oh, you want 9-year-olds to fucking watch corn? It's like, hang on a minute. Doesn't the internet provider give what's the word, parental guidance setting? Does that make sense? You turn it on and like it automatically bans these websites on your router. I know you can get around it with a VPN, but so can you with the current state. So can you with, oh, you have to submit your ID if you want to watch some MILF getting pounded. Oh, you wanna you wanna let us harvest your life force? You better submit your ID. And you know what? If you make a comment on one of those videos and it's a little bit degrading to women, we're actually going to arrest you, take your house off you, and give your firstborn daughter to the next boat of immigrants for them to have their fun with. You know, we want the people coming into this country to really feel welcomed. And I feel like that would be a great punishment for, you know, degrading women that's already degrading themselves on the internet. Because that is woman empowerment. Hello, that was a joke. But, point still stands, right? So now you can't say, hey, I don't want to be ID'd. I don't want to make a comment. In fact, you can't even see the protests because, hey, you can't even see them. And now you have to get ID'd. And they're going to arrest you. Because they already arrest you for saying, hey, immigration is bad. They'll call you a racist. They'll call you hateful. And, like, my question is, what is wrong with that? What is actually wrong? You know, maybe we need to be more hateful. Maybe we need to not talk about it more, but show more anger. Maybe anger is what's actually missing here. You know, it's really weird because we live in a society where we're told it's like the patriarchy, but in reality it's like completely feminized. Because if it was like a patriarchy, you know, why aren't more politicians? So I want to get past the AI. Let's reading this. Why are more of them not being? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it with my hands, so that way the voice reader. Okay, why aren't more politicians being? Nope, nope. Many more should be, okay? I'm just saying, like, a minimum of 10 per year, that should happen to. Especially with the way the country is going. And, with things getting dire, and, like, people, like, why didn't people get violent when the guy got arrested for using freedom of speech? But, yeah, I'll finish the video here, but all I'm gonna say is this is stage 1 and the mass surveillance is coming, and if you said anything dodgy on the internet, they're gonna know, they're gonna arrest you, they're gonna fine you, they're gonna throw you in prison, they're gonna take all your belongings, and that's just what they do. They're evil, they're pure evil. Everything your ancestors have ever worked for, they're gonna throw it in the bin. They're gonna spit on your ancestors, spit on their grave. They're gonna dig their grave up and say, "Hey, we need this land so we can house another billion immigrants." You know, they're gonna gaslight you. We're actually at war here. We're on a social war. We should be on a physical war, though it hasn't got there yet. We've got a mental war of distractions. And the only thing you can really do is prepare yourself and be around communities that believe the same as you. So stay happy, boys. Keep killing it, keep getting fit, keep getting your money up, and distance yourself from the network. Become Anon. if I'm actually learning how to remove your identity from the internet, but I kind of want to be a YouTuber, so fuck it. I guess I'll risk going to prison. Peace, boys.